Hey guys, welcome back. It's ChosenArchitect, and today it's time to get our refined storage on. So I hope you guys are ready. I've been working on an extra room here, and we're gonna need these extra rooms for some work that we're gonna be doing here soon. I want to get a refined storage system set up, and I actually want a refined storage room exclusively for our entire refined storage system, because I usually find that if I don't give it enough room from the start, I have a hard time figuring out where I'm going to place the automation and where the automation is going to take place. So in this time, I'm actually going to have a dedicated room specifically for it, and we're going to be able to route things around. Now you see that the land here has kind of been exploded out. I'm going to easily fix this. We're just going to break down these trees, and I'm going to cover the outside with dirt and try to make it look as natural as possible. And yeah, we'll probably also cover most of the stone as well, since that's kind of a weird feature of this landscape. But anyways, this is the room. So still going with this. It's an odd shape because I couldn't extend this out much more because of our farm. So what I have is a 2-wide door. So I'm going to set up a door actually here to make it seem functional. And that's going to lead into a room that is going to be separated with walls here. And we're about to put those together. And this is going to be a 3x3 area. This is a 9x9 room on both sides. So we'll figure out what we're going to do with this area later. But for right now, this is the room that we have to play with. Now the ceiling, it should be just about right, just about the right height. The only thing we need to do is add a ceiling to this. I don't want to take it up one more, because if I do, we'll end up with a problem. So if I just put slabs on the roof, it should be more than sufficient for our needs. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the rest of this done, because we still have some work to do. Now, for the walls, there is some things that we can make that will make our life a lot easier, and that's an exchanger. So let's take a look at the exchanging gadget. I hope we have enough diamonds. I think we do. Exchanging gadget, and that should be plenty. There's also a builder, but the exchanging gadget is going to be very useful for us. Let's go ahead and throw it in here, and even this small amount of power is going to be perfectly fine. Now I like to go into the options and controls and go into building gadgets, and you can search by category, and you're going to see all of the different settings for this. But this specifically, the settings menu, I kind of like to add it to my mouse itself. So I need to find out what button 4 is being used for. It's for the activation for the mega loot, in which it's not that big of a deal to remove that. We set that earlier. I'm probably not going to use it too much. So on our wheel, we can open this up after you hit that hotkey, and we can set this to 3 or whatever number we want. And we need to figure out what texture we're going to use for the walls. So we have a lot of cobblestone, and that's definitely a good thing to use. But we also have a lot of this fair. I definitely want to use this, I think, for the roof. This is going to be this will be perfect for the roof. So let's go ahead and just select this. See if I can't find the slabs. Maybe. We'll just search slab. That'll be easiest. And maybe fair slabs right here. Perfect. That way it'll automatically clear this out. All right, so that's what we're going to use for this. We're going to use a few of these, and you'll see how fast it'll actually place on the roof. Well, we actually need a builder to place on the roof. That's what we're going to use for the rooftop. For the floor, that's where I don't exactly know. I'm thinking we're going to stick with cobblestone for the floor, but the walls, that's where we can kind of come up with some interesting textures for this. I went ahead and made a eye chisel, and an eye chisel lets you chisel when you select all of the blocks at once, so you don't have to go one after another. So maybe let's continue that same pattern that we had going for the other room, where we can do like small bricks on the bottom. So let's see if we can set that up. So we have this pattern going on, and then like every so often we have a log. That could work. So we place the block down, and then you shift right click to select it, and you can see this is the pattern we currently have. But if I go horizontal column, you can see we now have a horizontal column. And we can actually set this to fuzzy. If we set it to fuzzy, it's going to ignore different blocks. right? And that's going to allow us to select these blocks. Now we are going to have to build these in later on, which is fine. This doesn't really have a connected texture, so no need to worry about the corner pieces. And yeah, you can just go around and, you know, it'll just replace and put the item in your inventory when you're done. Very nice. One of the things that we are going to need a ton of for today is going to be iron for one, but next, most of all, is just the sheer amount of quartz that's going to be needed. Let's go ahead and change into a blaze, because oh my, it is so nice that we can do this now. And like this guy, nothing. Like straight up. We can also attack him like with his own fireballs by hitting Z. Like, yeah, that's kind of cool. But anyways, I am out here. This pick is the one we picked up from the end dimension, and it has Miner's Favor on it. I haven't really looked at what Miner's Favor does. Probably look at that actually right now instead of just guessing what it does. I'm hoping it's something to do with, like, I don't know, fortune? Maybe, like, I don't who knows? Maybe the more we mine, maybe we get nuggets or something. I know there's some things like that. Look at that, we pick up some of these guys. So, miner, let's see, favor. I bet that would probably, nope. None of that pulls up. It's really? What? Okay. Is it going to pull up the book? Is it going to tell us? Okay, so adjust mining speed based on Y level. So I wonder what that, like, does it make it easier for us the lower we go? Is that what that's trying to say? I hope so. But either way, this right here is what we're going after. We are just trying to tear up some nether quartz. I want to have so much nether quartz because a lot of it's going to get converted into not just nether quartz. It's going to be converted into silicone and a few things like that. Also crushed netherrack as well is going to be something that gets done quite a bit. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of this. Get away from these guys. We also have quite a few hearts, so we're pretty safe for the most part. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, collect a bunch of this. Stay away from the spiders the best I can. And I might also collect some glowstone too while I'm here. At this point, I'm kind of just waiting for a couple of resources to generate or to finish smelting up. And there we go. These are all nice and done. So what I had to do to get these is just kind of use some slime, just a little bit of slime to get these going. We have the process binding for this is all you need to really get started with this, and some quartz, and then of course your basic, you know, diamond, gold, and iron. Once you have these materials, you are pretty much ready to go with refined storage, and it doesn't even take that much. You don't even need as much as I have shown here. So what we also need is this quartz enriched iron. We are going to need some machine casings, and we pretty much have everything to make a refined storage system, you know, minus power, because we are going to need some power. So I'm going to go ahead and make some machine casings. I know I'm going to need a few of these. We can go ahead and make the controller right off the bat, and this is going to power everything. Anything that's connected to this and its adjacent blocks will be powered and connected to the controller, and the power will fluctuate depending on how many devices related to refined storage you have connected to the network. So we also need a grid. A grid is just your basic, you know, standard grid. I don't know if I have any glass. That might be something nice to make sure. Yes, we have a little bit of glass, so we should be good here. So for making a regular grid, we need a construction core, and we're also going to need a destruction core. And these two things are what's going to allow us to make a grid. And then we're going to need a crafting table, just your plain Jane crafting table to make a crafting variant, and a diamond processor. Very, very easy. So now we have a screen, but we don't have an inventory. So we need disk drive. You don't have to use a disk drive. You can go ahead and just make the actual component block. I recommend just going ahead and spending the extra diamond and getting this right away. The disk drive is going to be wonderful because it allows us to take these regular disks and put them in here, and you can have, instead of 1K storage block, you can have 8 1Ks in your drive. But if you have as much resources as I do right now, I don't really recommend going straight for this. We're going to need lots of glass, so I need to get some sand. I need to get it processed like right away. So let's go ahead and get a bunch of sand, because this is probably going to be our limiting factor when it comes to how much storage we actually are going to be using, or how much storage we can actually craft right now. That's going to be like our number one problem. And then also conduit is going to be another issue. I'm pretty sure we have some conductive iron. I just need to make sure. Let's go ahead and see. Yes. Okay, so we have just a small amount. And I'm assuming it's either conductive iron. Okay, so conductive iron is not the issue. It's our binder that's actually the issue. But we need to get that cooked up while we wait for this to process. Eventually, we're going to have our storage in here. You can see I went with a different wood. This is the fir wood versus the pine wood that we were using in here. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. And it gives it a lighter look in here, kind of separating the rooms, which is perfect. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this processing over here, and then I'll throw that there. And yeah, we're already getting jump started here with everything we need. So we should have the ability right now to go ahead and make some of the regular drives. So that would be a 1K storage part. And if we think about this, if we want to get up to a 64K storage part, we are going to need several of these. I believe the number would be 18. I think it's 18 1K or 1K storage parts in order to get to fully make this. And it's also going to require some parts in between. I think I'm going to go right now for a 16K because I know it's going to last quite a while. Right now, in our current storage system, we have about 16K worth of items. So if I can make a 16K, that would be great. If I can make a 64K, that would be phenomenal. So let's just take a look at if we have the ability to do this. So I'm going to try and make 19 of these. If we can get that many, that would be great. Or 18, sorry, not 19. 15. Okay, so I think we're just limited on the glass. And there might actually be enough glass down here to kind of push us forward. Oh yeah, this will be plenty. And that'll be awesome because everything else kind of goes from there, like is just other materials, like redstone and things like that. Oh man, if we can make a 64K, that would put us way above. Awesome, that's perfect. All right, let's go ahead and make the 4Ks. So we should be able to utilize all of our 1Ks for this. And that's 6. That is not everything, because that's, you gotta put this in perspective. This is 3, 3, 3, 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, so 6 is the right number for this, I guess. And maybe my numbers are wrong. Let's see. So making a 16K, because this is going to require a third. So, oh, actually, we need more than that. So what would that be? That would be 18. We would need about 27 1Ks. So we need 9 more of them. 9 more of these guys. Can we do it? Yes. Okay, perfect. And so we'll get ourselves the 4Ks then. Make sure to dump this in here. All right, so we're missing resources. I'm assuming glass. I don't think we're missing much on the quartz side of things, but you never know. And we should have a bit of binder now. So I don't want to keep you guys caught up too much with just the crafting side of things, but I mean, getting this drive is way worth it. It is just so worth having the 64K. Okay, so we're missing basic processors from what it looks like. And to make basic processors, we could make a whole bunch of these. So 12, I don't think 12 is going to help get us to that next level, but we can look into that, of course. So these are the materials, by the way, that are automatically being ore processed that are coming from our quarry. That's why you're seeing all these materials build up. I don't think it could be silicon. We'll take a check. We'll do a check here and make sure what is actually missing from this. So it is quartz. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this stuff pulled in. Man, I thought I had enough quartz, but I guess we don't. That's why I said we need a lot of quartz for these things to be able to work. And here we go. We should have everything now. I have my 16Ks made up to now, and this will be making the 64K. Wow, this is gonna last us a while. I guarantee this will last us a long time. And we now have a 64K storage disk. Wow. Okay. We could have just gone with a storage block, I guess, at this point, because I think we're only going to need 1 disk inside of our drive. And this is going to last us quite a while. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is going to function. So right here, I've actually ran the power cables just under the ground here. And while I was waiting for resources to kind of, do their thing, I'm going to place this here, a controller. This is what's going to get powered. And then I can actually place a crafting monitor right here. And then above that, I'm going to place the storage on top. And just because I like the crafting grid being, right in the center of my view. And then we can throw this in here. Now we have 64K worth of storage. That's absolutely a lot. And we can actually just start throwing things in that we want to be in the storage. Now I can stretch this out. There we go. And you can see a little bit more. Of course, if you have your UI set to larger, of course, you're going to be able to see a lot more. We can change the sorting. We have it right now set to the quantity. I do like to change this setting here to JEI synchronized. So whatever I type up here will be reflected over here in JEI as well. It can help in some instances. Some instances it can kind of get annoying. But, for the most part, I tend to actually use it a lot. So what do we have to do now? Well, I need to actually take each one of these storages and empty them all into my inventory. There's other ways of doing it, but I think emptying it all into my inventory is probably going to be the fastest way. Now, I think I want to make another storage monitor, but for that, we're going to need some cables. So let's take a look at the cables here. We should be able to make quite a few of them. And I actually want to get it up here. I want this log right here to be where the stuff is going to be at. So the best way to do that is to hit a waypoint and go here. And just kind of set a waypoint, right? So that way we can see the waypoint when we move away. We can go underneath and go, oh, right here is where this thing needs to be placed. Or this dot right here. So it looks like lining everything up, you get this good place right here. Now, right now, we can't really access that bottom section, but luckily there are conduits that can help us do this. So with Ender.io, we do have conduits that can hook to our refined storage system. And we can make them just like this. Now, I only need one conduit right now to kind of get this thing going. But you can see right down here is going to be, let's see, where is this actually linking to? Will actually help us a lot if we kind of know exactly where this is at. Oh, wow, this is going to be perfect. So what we can do is we can actually route underneath here where we have our power cables connected. And I'm going to connect this all the way over here. We're going to go up into the wall. We're going to go back behind here. Probably need to go back underneath this and then this way. And yeah, we're going to basically be hiding this whole system. So these refined storage conduits are really nice because we can actually hook them directly here. And they do have some other features, but connecting along conduit lines is great. And of course, when you get to this point, we can just use normal cable. It will connect to it just like that. Make sure to remove that. Yeah, it'll connect just like normal cable and you're good to go. And like I said, we need to have this pulled all the way over here, right above this. So we are going to need to take this upstairs here. And looks like maybe take it, yeah, up this way. All right, so I'll just place a conduit here. If I can jump up and place one. There we go. And it looks like we can place one here. Don't know if that's connecting or not. Kind of hard to see. There we go. That connected. Sure. And then we just route things around. That's what we're going to have to do. Kind of have a little bit of back-end cable management here. Kind of going around this. And voila. We're hooked in. So what I want to do is actually make another crafting monitor and have the crafting monitor up top here. That way I can actually see things. Now this cable, we can disguise it. That's the cool part. So let's see if we can't make another grid. Probably not going to be too bad to make. We should have most of the resources on us. course, we need a construction core and a deconstruction core. Perfect. And a grid. Then we can just make a crafting table. Wow. All right, so with all that, we now have ourselves a grid, right? And whatever direction you want to place it, I'll place it like this for right now. You can actually access it from all sides, so you don't have to access it directly from the front. Okay, so now that we have that, we have our wood here. We just kind of have to cover up everything that we placed in. And then we should be pretty much ready to go, right? Look at that. We cover it up. We can get that covered up. And just cover the floor up. And we are ready to rock and roll. So what that allows us to do is access our storage from anywhere, which is, of course, wonderful. There we go. And I'm missing one cobble. So we'll just grab it from here. And yeah, so now what I can do is instead of walking all the way down here to access the grid, I can just access it from right here and start dumping all of the equipment, all of our items in just like so. And of course, set the same thing where we can stretch this, set this to JEI synchronized, and so on and so forth. Now that I have this all set up, I can access this from here. It's so great. I also went ahead and covered up our building, so it actually looks pretty decent. I'm letting the grass grow in now, but it does look like it's, it's normal. It doesn't look like it just doesn't belong here. I'm trying to throw these things out. They're just not letting me. Don't need them anymore. I need to make a trash can so I'm not throwing things in the world. Now, this just doesn't look right? So maybe we should fix that. So luckily, Refined Storage has a thing called a cutting tool. The cutting tool is going to allow us to make covers. So if we take a look at what the cutting tool can do, actually this isn't going to show it. This is going to show it. You can see we can actually cut individual pieces of blocks. So we have pine wood that our current build is set up in. So what I should do is just cut the pine wood and get ourselves some covers. And what I can do is just place the covers on the outside of the cable. And voila, it's covered up. And you can't even tell it was there. I absolutely love this because we can have things that are set up in walls and stuff that is related to Refined Storage. And it just won't be something that's obscure and just sticking out. You know, I really love covers. So that actually helps out a lot. This cutting tool is going to be our best friend, especially when we go to put things in floors and set up more automation and things like that. But right now we have this lonely machine in here, but eventually we will have tons of things in here, hopefully. And getting those things all automated is going to be just part of the fun. So for right now, we have still all of this being thrown in here. So let's actually take a look at some of those things that we can utilize for automation. We have cabling back here, so why not use it? So what we can do right here is we can actually make a few new things for Refined Storage to almost make our automation seamless that we currently have set up for our quarry. And that would be to make, let's see, an importer. So importer is going to put things into the network, and an exporter is going to pull things out of our network. Consider our inventory here the network. So this is going to require a deconstruction core, and that's about it. And we're going to need some cable. So I think we have already established a network over here. So let's kind of get into the back wall. And you can see we already have a network. So what I should be able to do is pop in here, kind of fix the way these cables are currently situated. And we're actually going to place a importer right here. And that's going to hook to this network. And then we should be able to just connect this back up. And anything that is in that chest is going to automatically get pulled out of that chest. And will go into our system. As you can see, things are going in and things are getting pulled out. That is perfect because what that allows us to do is always make sure that our stock is going into our system and not into that chest. We'll never have to worry about things being backed up anymore, as it's just going to fit right in here. So that is one use for Refined Storage and having it all set up, is if you have your cabling and stuff set up, you can just throw things in and call it a day, right? And eventually we can set up full automation on things like this. Of course, from there, I would probably make a new alloy smelter and grinder and everything separate for all those occasions. But so far, this is working out perfect. And we have refined storage. Is it beautiful to have this set up? Man, I absolutely love this mod. Now, applied energistics is not in here, but if it was, this is a question I get a lot. Would you go with applied energistics or would you go with refined storage? My answer to that is, it depends on the situation. If refined storage is in here, it's almost easier to just go with refined storage. It's way simpler, and resource wise, it's easier to get into, and also for automation later on, it's easier to set up. You don't have to deal with channels. But if it just all depends. Refined storage is made to be simple. It's made to be like applied energistics 1, like the basis of what that was. So it is a very simple storage system, and it's a solution to a problem. And I like simple solutions to problems. So that helps out a lot, and it can get complicated if you want it to. So that's kind of my viewpoint on refined storage. I absolutely enjoy it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you like refined storage, and I don't know, maybe we can have a conversation down below in the comments and let me know what you like and what's your opinion on the differences between applied energistics 2 and refined storage. I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting topic to talk about in the comments. Anyways, guys, I hope to see you in the next episode. And guys, I really do appreciate all the amazing and tremendous support that you guys have been putting out for these videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.